Okay, so today is Sunday, June the 16th. We're in Oslo, Norway. Our ship, the Norwegian Dawn, is back there, but we're not on it anymore.
All right, so this is the Oslo Cathedral. It was constructed in the Baroque style in the late 1600s, and that there looks like important seating for important people. Without a doubt, what sets this church apart from any other church I've ever seen is the ceilings, which were painted primarily during World War II between the years of 1937 and 1950. Here's a look at the altar, and this particular church has always been of the Lutheran denomination. In fact, it is still an active church today. It is even used by the royal family of Norway for funerals and weddings. Perhaps they sit in those seats there for important people. And of course, the obligatory candle lighting. Next up is the Oslo Royal Palace. It was constructed in the early 1800s in the neoclassical style. The Oslo Royal Palace is the home and offices of the sitting monarch of Norway, the very elderly Harald V. Prior to its construction, the royal family lived in a townhome in the city. There is a changing of the guard daily at 1:30 p.m. Behind the palace are the gardens, and these are incredible. You can see those hostas there. There's a little lake with a fountain and wildlife, ducks galore. It is so peaceful back here. Look at those ferns and hostas right there. So peaceful that I am not kidding. We sat back here probably a good hour and a half.
All right, we're getting ready for our practice run to the airport. Because you're on a train.
Yeah, and hush, little baby, don't say.
Getting from Oslo to the airport is simple.
We're going to Bulgaria.
You just go to the central train station, buy a ticket, you take the train to the airport, which is about 40 minutes, and you're there. And no, this will not get you to Bulgaria.
So good luck getting back to the station.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, we're just getting on the plane, no baggage.
In the fortress here in Oslo. It is about 9:30 in the morning here, which makes it about 3:30 back at home. We're going to spend the entire day here in Oslo, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's a long way to the top, yes.
Akershus Fortress was constructed in the late 13th century. The fortress has served many purposes over the centuries. It has been a royal residence, prison, military base, and even the current office of the Prime Minister of Norway. In the year 1624, over the course of 3 days, the town of Oslo, which was originally located to the southeast of modern Oslo, was completely destroyed by fire, and the town was ultimately relocated to the areas surrounding the fortress. At the same time, the fortress was renovated in the Renaissance style. The fortress has stood firm against the many sieges it has faced, including the Swedes under Charles XII in 1716. While the fortress was never captured during combat, it did surrender without a fight to the invading Nazis in 1940. The fortress is open daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and there is no cost to enter. We are walking alongside the castle part of the fortress right now, and it did have separate hours. It was not open when we were there. So unfortunately, I do not have any footage from the inside. Of course, no visit to a fortress and castle would be complete without the cannons. and more cannons. And then all we have left of the trip is a couple of really good shots of the fortress and castle and cartoon time with Adam, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
That's a person, by the way, if you didn't know.